Okay, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the Guess the Word starter project. Right now we have the starter project. It's really important we start with this because we do have these different files that we've added already with pictures. So what we're going to do, we're going to first add a row. And rows are really handy because they allow you to place things side by side. So for instance, if you hit the question mark here, it tells you the purpose, it allows you to position components side by side, which is what we want. So what do we want side by side? First we're going to want a label. And I can just drag this label and drag it onto the row. Then we're going to need a image. And we're going to just kind of drag it onto the row. Now you do want to pay close attention to your blue lines. So I actually want this on this side of the label, so then I'll let go. I'll put that there. You can also come up here and you can rearrange your things. So you see how the row has two things inside of it. So if I go like this, see that little red line there? It'll move the image over there. But I do want the label, so I'm going to put it back. So these are different ways you can arrange these. So for this row, I'm going to click on the row. I'm going to set its height to fit contents. That way it's not too high or too big. And we actually are going to want to set our label to have a margin from the right. That way it pushes the our image over a little bit. So it doesn't really matter. You can put in 20, you can put in 30, whatever you want. I'm just going to put in 20 pixels. Okay. And then let's go ahead and let's change some properties of my label. First thing, I'm going to rename it. We're going to call it our word label. Okay. Then we're going to change the text to start off with. We wanted to say press start. Okay. We're not going to worry about our image because we'll be setting those pictures later. And since we only have one image, we really don't need to rename this. So next we're going to want a way for the user to enter in or guess the word, since this is a guess the word game. So we're going to need text input. And we can just simply drag this over here. And I'm going to have to redo this. I'm going to close my row, but I'm going to take my text input and drag it underneath my row. So once again, there's that blue line there. Put it there. Okay, so I'm going to kind of change some properties of my text input. Let's go ahead and change the hint to guess the word. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it some margin. We're going to give it 20 pixels from the top. And we're going to give it 20 pixels from the bottom. That way we have, 20 pixels from the bottom. That way we have some space in between. And then we're going to add another row. I'm just going to drag it over here. And you see it puts it on top. We're actually going to just move the row to where we want it. That way it's there. And notice the space we have between here, which is kind of what we need. And we're going to add some buttons. We're going to add 2 buttons there. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on our second row, row 2. We're going to change the height to fit contents. There we go. And let's go ahead and let's click on the first button. We're going to type in submit. And we're going to rename this our submit button. It's really good to rename your components. That way you know when it's time to code what they do. Then I'm going to click on button 2. And I'm going to rename this one Start Reset Button. And And we're going to change the text to start/reset. Okay. Now, these buttons are kind of close, so let's go ahead and, depending on which one you click on, since I'm already on the start and reset button, I'm going to give it a left margin. That way it pushes that button over to the left a little bit. So let's give this a left margin. Let's go of 10. And if that's not big, we can go try 15. Yeah, 15 looks good. Alright, so something real simple. So this is simply put how we can set up our UI. Does take some getting used to. One thing that we can do to make this a little bit better, we could actually change the background color of our screen 1. So I'll click screen 1 and I can change my background color right here. We can make it green, we can make it blue. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go blue. Then we can actually change the text color. Let's make the color kind of white. We can actually change the text color of our text input, but that's going to be found in the advanced text style. And we can change the color to white also. That way it looks kind of a little better. Just kind of leave that up to you. But it's really good to kind of change your background colors to make it useful. One last thing I do want to show you, if you want to add more images to your project and just use more than just what I have. So you can go choose File, and it should open up your different images. So I've got these already, so let me go to my computer and I can actually add a shark. And it says shark2.jpg. And so that's how you'll add different images to your project, and you can add different words to the project as it goes on and customize it and just make it what you like. All right, I'll see you around. Goodbye.